Today, Seattle is well known for innovative companies, Amazon, Starbucks, Boeing, Microsoft. But what many don't know is that these companies are simply following in the footsteps of the founders of our city. My name is Becca. I'm a realtor with Everydoor Real Estate. In a previous life, I was a teacher. So today I'm going to don those teacher shoes and teach you a little bit about the history of Seattle for those of you who have lived here and never learned, or those who are moving here and are curious. Seattle's history begins, just like our nation's, with a group of indigenous peoples that had lived in these lands for thousands of years. And ultimately, Seattle got its name because of the kindness of the Duwamish peoples and their chief, Chief Self. The two prominent tribes in our area were the Duwamish and the Suquamish. These two tribes were familiar with our abundant resources and had been able to develop trade routes with other tribes along the Salish coast. In 1851, a party of settlers from Illinois, known as the Denny Party, were the first to establish a settlement here in Seattle on Alki. At the time, they called this New York, very original, and then added Alki to the end, and it then became known as New York Alki. The Denny Party consisted of some familiar surnames: brothers David and Arthur Denny, Carson Boren, and William Bell. These names may ring a bell if you've ever driven around downtown Seattle. After attempting to run a lumber mill over on Alki, they quickly realized the harbor was not deep enough and the winter storms kept ruining their mill, so they moved across the water to what is now downtown Seattle. About a year later, two more important founders moved to the area: Henry Yesler and David Maynard. Maynard is responsible for the grid system that we have downtown, and Henry Yesler built his own mill downtown on what is now Yesler Avenue. Yesler's mill ended up surpassing the Denny's in economic importance in the area, and his mill helped grow Seattle to what it is today. Another contributing factor to the boom that Seattle saw was actually the Yukon Gold Rush. Gold was found in the Northern Territories of Canada and Alaska. Seattle became the primary outfitter for prospectors heading up to that region. Seattle has such a rich history that I'm never going to be able to cover it all in one video, but luckily, I don't have to. You can visit one of our many museums in the area, such as the Klondike Gold Rush Museum, or MOHI, otherwise known as the Museum of History and Industry. I highly recommend checking out both of those museums, and if you'd like any other recommendations for things to do in Seattle, don't hesitate to reach out. Again, my name is Becca, and I look forward to hearing from you.